Travis Kelce made his way across the sun-warmed field after another grueling day at Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri, his red number 87 jersey instantly drawing every eye, not just as a badge of his position, but as a banner for the entire Kansas City franchise. The summer afternoon was alive with the shouts of coaches, the rhythm of drills, and the relentless pursuit of another Super Bowl run. Sweating for more than 2 hours of high-speed sprints, blocking exercises, and intricate offensive schemes, Kelce emerged from the crowd of teammates with that signature confidence that had become his trademark. The Chiefs' training camp, now in its most crucial stretch as July neared its end, was a hive of activity, the air thick with the weight of expectation. All around, rookies and veterans alike fought to prove themselves, every pass and tackle building toward the season ahead. Patrick Mahomes fired rockets downfield. Rashee Rice dashed at full speed. Chris Jones battered the offensive line, but the heart and voice of the squad was always Travis Kelce. He wasn't just running routes or catching passes. He was constantly clapping for the rookies, correcting a young receiver's footwork, pulling aside linemen for brief, intense chats about protection. His leadership radiated from every gesture, every booming encouragement echoing across the field. As the final whistle blew, signaling the end of practice, the Chiefs media team sprang into action, assembling the familiar backdrop with the Mosaic Life Care logo and training camp emblazoned on deep black. Cameras and microphones snapped into position, all angled toward the spot where Kelce would soon appear. He approached not with haste, but with purpose, hair slicked back, beard perfectly groomed, blue eyes sharp with determination. Reporters jostled for the best angle, their questions already forming. The first question, tossed by a Kansas City sports writer, cut right to the chase. How was today's practice? Kelce's answer came with a wry grin. High intensity, very high. But that's the standard here. You can't relax, not even for a second. Every snap, every drill has to mean something, has to matter like the Super Bowl's on the line. He spoke about the new rookies, praising their raw talent, but reminding everyone that talent alone wasn't enough. What matters most here is humility and the willingness to learn. We're not just playing for ourselves. It's about the logo, the guy next to you, and the 80,000 who fill Arrowhead every week. His words settled over the crowd, the gravity of his message speaking volumes about why he's not just a star, but a leader. Next came the inevitable question about his chemistry with Patrick Mahomes. The ESPN reporter leaned in, asking what made their partnership so effective. Kelce's face broke into a knowing smile. Absolute trust. That's it. Patrick knows where I'll be before I get there, and I know the ball's coming, even if I can't see it. That's something you build with years of work, not something you can teach. The answer was simple, but it spoke to a connection that had tormented defenses for years and would again this season. When the subject shifted to his personal life, a reporter from ET tried to lighten the mood, tossing out a question about Taylor Swift. Does Taylor ever come to cheer you on days like this? Travis leaned toward the microphone, smile turning mischievous. Today's all about football. But yeah, there's always someone special rooting for me, even if it's from afar, and I appreciate that. The crowd chuckled, pleased with his answer. Kelce managed to keep his private life private, while still giving a nod to those who matter most. A local journalist, sensing the moment, raised a tougher question. You're 35 now, Travis. Have you thought about retirement? Kelce arched an eyebrow, but the smile never left his face. When my body tells me it's time, I'll listen. But that's not today, and I don't see it happening soon. I love this game. I love running out of that tunnel and hearing the Arrowhead crowd. As long as I can help this team, I'm not going anywhere. After more than 15 minutes of fielding questions, some probing, some light, Travis wrapped up the session by shaking hands with every reporter, thanking the media crew, and posing for photos with a group of beaming media interns. It wasn't a grand gesture, but it was a clear mark of someone who leads by example, not just on game days, but in the everyday moments that shape a team's culture. The story of Travis Kelce is no longer just the story of a great tight end. For Kansas City, he's a living emblem of what the Chiefs hope to be: resilient, passionate, and relentlessly committed to the cause. The rookies see him and understand. The steps required for greatness are taken one day at a time, through discipline and heart, not just talent. With the new NFL season looming, teams across the country prepared for their own campaigns. But in Kansas City, the drive for another Super Bowl was built on Kelce's spirit, his sweat, his faith, and his belief in the team. The Chiefs entered this training camp with a single purpose: redemption. After the sting of their Super Bowl defeat to the Eagles, the energy in Missouri shifted. Time away with families during the off-season was over. It was time to get back to business. Every player arrived hungry, their motivation fueled by the memory of falling just short. The drive had to come from within, not just from coaches or fans. Social media buzzed with opinions about the Chiefs, and no one wanted to be the subject of doubts or dismissals. 3 players in particular stood poised to shape the season ahead. First, Patrick Mahomes. When Mahomes is in rhythm, the Chiefs are nearly unstoppable, and even after the heartbreak of the last Super Bowl, that hasn't changed. Entering his 9th year with the franchise, Mahomes brought not just experience, but the wisdom of a 2-time MVP and 3-time champion. With a stable of young receivers, Hollywood Brown's return, Xavier Worthy's 2nd year, Jalen Royals' eagerness, Mahomes' leadership would be crucial in building trust and chemistry, both on and off the field. If he could elevate those around him, the Chiefs could easily find themselves back at the NFL summit. Second was Kelce himself. While his numbers dipped last season, Kelce made it his mission to be the best leader possible. He was determined to bounce back, to deliver in clutch moments and inspire his teammates, especially as whispers of retirement grew louder. If he could find that extra gear for one more run, his leadership and production might just be the difference. In tight games down the stretch. Third, the defense had its own rising star, Trent McDuffie. Despite missing out on a contract extension, McDuffie had all the motivation he needed to build on last year's breakout and establish himself as the leader on defense. With the front office betting on his hunger, McDuffie was ready to take on a bigger role, proving his worth every single down. This blend of experience, leadership, and youthful ambition created a potent mix for Kansas City. Away from the field, Kelce's reputation extended beyond football. Adam Sandler, speaking to reporters, shared how Travis reminded him of his high school buddies, someone who could joke and laugh, but also knew when to be serious. The news that Kelce would make a cameo in the next Happy Gilmore film only added to his legend, showing his versatility and charm. For those who love following Travis Kelce's journey, make sure to hit subscribe for more updates on and off the field. Back at camp, routines were set. Mornings started with film sessions and position meetings. The offense and defense split for drills, then came together for full-speed scrimmages, each play scrutinized by coaches and players alike. Kelce was tireless, running routes, catching passes, and always coaching up the younger guys, his voice a steady presence above the din. When practice ended, he lingered on the field, working with rookies on their blocking, chatting with defensive backs about coverage, always looking for ways to help the team improve. In the locker room, he was just as engaged, cracking jokes, sharing stories, but always circling back to the work that needed to be done. The Chiefs' culture, built over years of success and setback, was on full display. Every player, from seasoned veterans to wide-eyed rookies, knew the standards set by Kelce, Mahomes, and the rest of the leadership core. The message was clear: nothing short of excellence would do. As the days ticked by, anticipation for the season grew. Every report from camp was dissected by fans and analysts, every highlight clip shared 1,000 times. Yet for Kelce, it always came back to the basics: hard work, unity, and a love of the game that hadn't faded, even after more than a decade at the top. The new season loomed, another chance to chase glory, another opportunity to write a new chapter in Chiefs history. If you want to follow every step of this journey with Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs, subscribe now for all the latest behind-the-scenes stories, exclusive interviews, and updates from the heart of training camp. The city of Kansas City, the fans at Arrowhead, and teammates old and new all stood behind Kelce, ready to chase the dream once more. The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the pressure of the moment, none of it fazed him. He was ready, as always, to lead the charge,